Do the Jets have to find a quarterback in this draft, or do they do it in free agency? Moving forward, what do you think they need to target?
I don't. I mean,
They
in
get
a
a quarterback?
perfect, yeah. I mean, in a perfect world, because Jordan Travis, even when the Jets drafted him, he was not figuring into their plans as a potential franchise quarterback. He was a guy that get him in here, develop him. Maybe he's your long-term backup. You can flip him for a second or third round pick down the road. But he was not someone that this team considered. Oh, here's our future that we're going to train underneath Rodgers. It was just a value pick where they took him. The problem with this draft, Janae, is that I don't necessarily know where that quarterback's going to go. We've talked about this on SNY multiple times. It is highly, highly, highly unlikely that Rodgers returns to this team in 2025. In all likelihood, you're going to have Tyrod Taylor as the Jets starter next year because I don't think Daniel Jones in free agency is any bit of an improvement. Sam Darnold's not coming here. Trevor Lawrence is not getting traded. Derek Carr, I don't think the Jets are going to want any part of that. And then, honestly, you should probably try to pair Tyrod Taylor with a quarterback in the draft. But who is that quarterback going to be? Everybody that I have talked to, and Connor Rogers, you and I spoke about this a few weeks ago, this isn't a super deep quarterback class. It's Shedeur Sanders and Cam Ward, and then a very substantial drop-off between those other two. In fact, I literally talked to an assistant general manager for an NFC team who told me that he would have had these two quarterbacks, Ward and Shedeur, 6 and 7 in last year's draft class. And 6 and 7 in last year's draft class. Okay, well, what are we talking about then with guys that were going in the second round? So I just don't necessarily know where the Jets are going to go in this spot. It reminds me a lot of when they actually ran back a season. They had Josh McCown, Bryce Petty, and Christian Hackenberg before they ended up drafting Sam Darnold.
Yeah, I think when you look at this group, and that's the right way to put it, how that evaluator frames things. I mean, it's just not as strong as last year, and it doesn't have the same depth. You're looking at, maybe two guys end up starting out of the gate next year in both Shedeur and Cam Ward, and I like Cam's ceiling, although you're still working on fixing some of the mistakes that he makes. With Shedeur, he's a really talented pocket passer with good accuracy, but he's not this creative playmaker that makes things happen with his legs all the time, and I don't think he's going to outrun a ton of NFL defenders. So maybe he has a better floor than ceiling in the opposite way of Cam, and then after that, you're taking projects. So the overall theme is the Jets should not just take a quarterback to take a quarterback. Now, if one of those two fell into their lap wherever they're picking, it becomes a conversation. After that, though, yeah, you're looking at a pro market that is usually very, very underwhelming, and you might be dealing with a bridge season from a Tyrod Taylor.